Welcome to Chinese History and Mythology.
Hey friends, welcome back to Chinese History and Mythology. In the last episode, we talked about how Liu Bei almost lost his life in Jinzhou because of Cai Mao. Cai Mao used a banquet as a trap. He secretly moved troops and planned to kill Liu Bei during the banquet in Xiangyang. At the critical moment, Yi Ji secretly warned Liu Bei in the night. Liu Bei rode the Luohou horse and fled in panic through the west gate, only to be stopped by the rushing waters of Tan Stream. Just as the pursuers were about to arrive, and life and death hung by a thread, the Luohou horse suddenly leaped 30 feet and carried Liu Bei across Tan Stream. This became one of the most legendary scenes in Romance of the Three Kingdoms, the leap over Tan Stream. And after surviving this danger, Liu Bei came into contact for the first time with the hidden circle of top talents in Jinzhou. Sima Hui, also known as Master Water Mirror, said, "Wolong and Fengchu, if you gain one of them, you can bring peace to the world." That one sentence completely changed Liu Bei's future. Soon after, a mysterious strategist named Shan Fu came to Xinye on his own and joined Liu Bei. When Cao Cao's army attacked, he helped Liu Bei set an ambush for the first time and defeated Lu Kuang and Lu Xiang. At the same time, Cao Cao had completely pacified Hebei and officially turned his eyes toward Jingzhou. Cao Ren personally led a large army south, and Xinye, for the first time, truly stood at the front line of the direct confrontation between Cao Cao and Liu Bei. Today, we continue the story. It is said that when Cao Ren heard that Lu Kuang and Lu Xiang had both been killed by Liu Bei, he was furious. He immediately mobilized most of his own troops, crossed the river that very night, and swore to crush Xinye. Shan Fu had already expected Cao Ren to come for revenge. He said to Liu Bei, "If Cao Ren comes out with almost all his forces, Fancheng will surely be empty. This is exactly the chance to seize it." Liu Bei was delighted and secretly made arrangements according to the plan.
Soon, scouts reported, "Cao Ren's army has already crossed the river," Shan Fu said, "just as I expected." He then asked Liu Bei to lead the troops out to meet the enemy. The two armies faced each other. Xiao Yan rode out and challenged the enemy. Cao Ren ordered Li Dian to meet him. The two fought for more than 10 rounds. Li Dian gradually felt he could not win, so he turned his horse and withdrew. After returning to camp, Li Dian advised, "Cao Ren, Liu Bei's troops are well trained. We must not underestimate them. It would be better to withdraw to Fancheng for now." Cao Ren was furious. He thought Li Dian was afraid before even fighting and almost had him executed under military law. After the other generals pleaded for him, Li Dian was spared, but he was sent to command the rear army. The next day, Cao Ren personally set up the 8 Gates Golden Lock formation and sent someone to ask Liu Bei whether he recognized the formation. Shan Fu climbed to a high place and looked into the distance. Then he said to Liu Bei, "This formation has 8 gates: rest, life, injury, obstruction, view, death, shock, and open. Entering through the life gate, view gate, or open gate is fortunate. Entering through the obstruction gate or death gate is dangerous. Cao Ren's formation looks orderly, but there is no one truly commanding the center. Let Zhao Yun charge in through the life gate in the southeast, then break out through the view gate in the west. The enemy formation will fall into disorder." Liu Bei followed the plan and ordered Zhao Yun to lead 500 elite soldiers straight into Cao Ren's army. Zhao Yun charged in through the life gate, broke out through the view gate, then turned back and attacked the formation again. Cao Cao's army immediately fell into chaos. Liu Bei took advantage of the moment and ordered a full attack. Cao Ren was badly defeated and retreated. Only then did Cao Ren believe what Li Dian had said. He sighed, "There truly is a brilliant man in Liu Bei's army. He was actually able to break my 8 Gates Golden Lock formation." He then wanted to launch a night raid. Li Dian tried again and again to stop him. Liu Bei must already be prepared. We must not act rashly. Cao Ren refused to listen. Around the second watch of the night, he personally led troops to attack. But Shan Fu had already read the wind and predicted that Cao Ren would come. He had set an ambush in advance. As soon as Cao Cao's troops approached the camp, fire suddenly rose on all sides, and Zhao Yun charged out from inside the camp. Cao Ren realized he had fallen into a trap and fled in panic toward the riverbank. When he reached the river, Zhang Fei led troops to cut him off. Cao Ren fought desperately and, with Li Dian protecting him, barely managed to cross the river. More than half of Cao Cao's soldiers fell into the water and died. Cao Ren fled back to Fancheng. Just as he reached the city and called for the gate to open, drums suddenly thundered on top of the wall. A general shouted loudly, "Fancheng has already been taken by me." Cao Ren looked up and saw that it was Guan Yunqiang. It turned out that Shan Fu had already arranged for Guan Yu to seize the empty city. Cao Ren was shocked, turned his horse, and fled. Guan Yu chased him for a while and captured many more soldiers. Cao Ren and Li Dian fled back to Sucheng overnight. Liu Bei successfully recovered Fancheng and comforted the people. The county magistrate Liu Mi held a banquet to welcome him. During the banquet, Liu Bei saw a young man standing nearby. His bearing was impressive, so Liu Bei asked about him. Liu Mi answered, "This is my nephew Kou Feng. He was originally the son of the Kou family of Luohou. His parents died early, so he has been raised here with me." Liu Bei admired his manner and wanted to take him as an adopted son. Liu Mi agreed. Kou Feng then bowed to Liu Bei as his father, changed his name to Liu Feng, and bowed to Guan Yu and Zhang Fei as his uncles. Guan Yu reminded Liu Bei, "Elder brother, you already have a biological son. Why take an adopted son?"
This may cause trouble in the future. But Liu Bei said, "If I treat him as my own son, he will naturally treat me as his true father. How could disorder arise?" Guan Yu still did not agree. Afterward, Liu Bei ordered Zhao Yun to guard Fancheng, while he took the main force back to Xinyi. Cao Ren and Li Dan returned defeated to Sucheng and knelt before Cao Cao to ask for punishment. Cao Cao asked, "Who is making plans in Liu Bei's army?" Cao Ren replied, "A strategist named Shan Fu." Cheng Yu laughed when he heard this and said, "Shan Fu is a false name. His real name is Su Shu, courtesy name Yuan Ji. He is from Yingchuan. When he was young, he loved swordplay and wandering as a knight-errant. He once killed someone to avenge another person, then changed his name and fled. Later, he devoted himself to study and once had deep conversations with Sima Hui." Cao Cao asked, "How does his talent compare with yours?" Cheng Yu replied, "He is 10 times better than I am." Cao Cao sighed, "For such a talent to join Liu Bei is like giving Liu Bei wings." Cheng Yu then offered a plan. "Su Shu is extremely filial. His father is dead, his younger brother is dead, and only his old mother remains. If we bring his mother to Sucheng, then make her write a letter calling her son back, Su Shu will surely come." Cao Cao was delighted. He immediately sent people to trick Su Shu's mother into coming to Sucheng, treated her with generous courtesy, and asked her to write a letter calling Su Shu back. Cao Cao said, "Your son is helping Liu Bei. That is like fine jade falling into mud. If you write to call him back, I will recommend him to the Son of Heaven and give him an important position." When Su's mother heard this, she flew into a rage. Liu Bei is a kinsman of the Han imperial house, and his benevolence is known throughout the world. For my son to serve him means he has found an enlightened lord. You may be called Chancellor of the Han, but in truth you are a traitor to the Han. Yet you accuse him of being a rebel. Are you not ashamed? After saying this, she grabbed an inkstone and threw it at Cao Cao. Cao Cao was furious and wanted to execute Su's mother. Cheng Yu hurriedly advised him, "She is deliberately seeking death. If you kill her, Su Shu will devote himself completely to Liu Bei and avenge his mother. Better to keep her alive, so Su Shu will always be troubled by worry for her." Cao Cao listened. He had people settle Su's mother in a residence and ordered Cheng Yu to visit her every day. Cheng Yu pretended that he was an old acquaintance of Su Shu and served Su's mother as if serving his own mother. He often sent gifts and letters, gradually obtained examples of Su's mother's handwriting, then imitated her writing and forged a family letter, sending it to Xinye. When Su Shu received the letter from his mother, he saw that it said Su's mother had been detained by Cao Cao, her life hanging by a thread, and that she hoped her son would come quickly to save her. At once, tears poured down his face. He went to see Liu Bei and confessed, "My real name is Su Shu. I changed my name to Shan Fu because I was avoiding disaster. I once went to Liu Biao, but I knew he could not make use of worthy men. Later, after Sima Hui guided me, I came to Xinye to serve you, my lord. Now my old mother has been lured to Sucheng by Cao Cao, and she has written to call me there. If I do not go, I will be unfilial. It is not that I am unwilling to serve you. It is truly that my mother's command is hard to disobey." Liu Bei wept when he heard this, but he did not force Su Shu to stay. He only said, "The bond between mother and son is natural. Yuanji, you must not worry about me. After you see the old lady, if fate allows, we will meet again." Sun Qian privately advised Liu Bei, "Su Shu knows all the strengths and weaknesses of our army. If he goes to Cao Cao, he will become a serious danger. Better to keep him here. If Cao Cao kills his mother, Su Shu will avenge her and help us attack Cao Cao with all his strength." Liu Bei said sternly, "To cause someone's mother to be killed in order to keep her son is inhumane. To force him to stay and cut off the bond between mother and son is unrighteous. I would rather be defeated and destroyed than do something inhumane and unrighteous." Everyone was deeply moved when they heard this. The next day, Liu Bei saw Su Shu off. Su Shu had no heart to drink. He only said, "Even if Cao Cao forces me, I will never offer him a single plan." Liu Bei sighed. Now that you are leaving, it is as if I have lost both my arms. The two of them went all the way to the long pavilion, unable to part without tears. Su Shu advised him, My heart is already in disorder. Even if I stayed here, I could not give my full strength. My lord should search for another great talent. Liu Bei watched Su Shu go farther and farther away. Because a stretch of woods blocked his view, he could not help saying, I want to cut down all those trees. Everyone asked why. Liu Bei sighed, They are blocking my sight of Yuanji. After Su Shu had gone some distance, he suddenly turned his horse back. Liu Bei was overjoyed and asked, Sir, are you not leaving after all? Su Shu said, My heart is in such chaos that I forgot to tell you something important. 20 li outside Xiangyang in Longzhong there is a man of great talent.
My lord must personally go and invite him. Liu Bei asked, Can you invite him for me? Su Shu replied, This man cannot be summoned. My lord must visit him in person. If he comes out to serve you, it will be like King Wen of Zhou gaining Zhang Ziya, or Liu Bang gaining Zhang Liang. Liu Bei asked how this man compared with Su Shu. Su Shu said, To compare me with him is like comparing a poor horse with a Kalin, or a cold crow with a phoenix. He compares himself to Guan Zhang and Yu Yi, but in my view, even Guan Zhang and Yu Yi may not surpass him. He has the talent to... In the past, he had fierce generals like Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and Zhao Yang, but he had always lacked someone who could oversee the whole situation. Once Su Shu made his move, he first broke the 8 Gates Golden Lock formation, then predicted the night raid, then seized Fancheng while Cao Ren was away from the city. This made Cao Cao's army suffer one setback after another. That was exactly why Cao Cao became alert the moment he heard the name Shan Fu. If Liu Bei gained a true strategist, he would no longer be someone who could only flee and defend. He would begin to have the ability to break the situation open on his own. After Su Shu left Xinye, his heart still worried about Liu Bei. He was also afraid that Kong Ming would refuse to help, so he first went to Wulong Ridge and met Zhu Zhiliang. Kong Ming asked why he had come. Su Shu said, Because of my mother's situation, I can no longer assist Liu Yuzhou. Before I left, I recommended you to him. I hope you will not refuse. Please come out from seclusion and help him accomplish his great cause. When Kong Ming heard this, his face darkened. He said, Are you offering me up like a sacrifice? After saying that, he flicked his sleeves and went inside. Su Shu felt deeply ashamed and had no choice but to mount his horse and go to Suchang to see his mother. Su Shu's recommendation of Kong Ming before parting looked like only a simple reminder, but it was like a clap of spring thunder, lighting up Liu Bei's future path completely. Yet when Kong Ming heard that Su Shu had recommended him, he was not warm or eager. Instead, he said, Are you offering me up like a sacrifice? This sentence also planted the suspense for Liu Bei's later personal visits to seek a worthy man. It is said that Su Shu rode quickly to Suchang. When Cao Cao heard that he had arrived, he immediately sent Zun Yu, Cheng Yu, and others out of the city to welcome him. Su Shu entered the chancellor's residence and paid his respects to Cao Cao. Cao Cao began by saying, You are a clever man. Why would you lower yourself to follow Liu? Su Shu only replied, In my early years, I wandered through the world. By chance, I came to Xinye and formed a deep bond with Liu Bei. Now that my old mother is here with you, Chancellor, I thank you for your care. Cao Cao smiled and said, Since you have come, you can serve your mother morning and night, and I can also hear some of your wise advice. After Su Shu left the Chancellor's residence, he immediately went to see his mother. He knelt below the hall and wept bitterly, saying that he had received her letter and had therefore come from Xinye. When Zhu's mother heard this, she flew into a rage, struck the table, and cursed him. You unfilial son, you have studied for so many years. Do you not know that loyalty and filial duty cannot always both be fulfilled? Cao Cao is a treacherous villain who deceives the emperor and offends his superiors. Liu Bei is famous for righteousness and benevolence, and he is also a kinsman of the Han imperial house. Since you had already joined an enlightened lord, how could you abandon the bright side and go over to darkness just because of one false letter, without even checking whether it was real? How foolish. What face do I still have to see you? Su Shu lay on the ground and did not dare raise his head. Su's mother went behind the screen. Before long, the servants cried out in alarm, The old lady has hanged herself. Su Shu rushed to save her, but Su's mother had already died. Su Shu cried until he fainted. After waking, he buried his mother in the southern suburbs of Suchang and wore mourning clothes beside her grave. Cao Cao personally came to offer sacrifices and sent many rewards, but Su Shu refused them all. Cao Cao originally wanted to discuss a southern campaign, but Zun Yu advised him, The weather is cold. It is not suitable to move troops immediately. Wait until next spring, when it is warm, and then launch a major campaign south. Cao Cao accepted this advice. He then drew water from the Zhang River to form Zhuanwu Pool and trained a navy there, preparing for the future campaign against the south. Meanwhile, Liu Bei was in Xinye preparing gifts, planning to personally visit Zhuji Liang in Longzhong. Suddenly, someone reported, "There is a gentleman outside, wearing a tall cap and broad sash, with an extraordinary bearing. He has come to visit." Liu Bei thought Kong Ming had come in person, so he hurriedly straightened his clothes and went out to welcome him. But the visitor turned out to be Sima Hui. Liu Bei was overjoyed and invited Sima Hui to sit. Sima Hui said, "I heard Su Yuanji was here with you, so I came especially to see him." Liu Bei sighed and said, "Su Shu's mother was detained by Cao Cao, and a letter summoned him there. He has already gone to Suchong." Sima Hui shook his head and said, "This means he has fallen into Cao Cao's trap. Su's mother is virtuous, firm, and upright. Even if she were imprisoned, she would never write a letter calling her son to abandon the bright side for darkness. If Yuanji had not gone, his mother might still have lived. Now that he has gone, Su's mother will surely die." Liu Bei was shocked. He then asked, "Before Yuanji left, he recommended Zhuji Liang of Nanyang to me. What kind of man is he?" Sima Hui smiled and said, "Yuanji could have left on his own. Why did he insist on dragging Kong Ming out and making him trouble himself with worldly affairs?" Liu Bei quickly asked why. Sima Hui said, "Kong Ming is friends with Kui Zhouping, Shiguang Yuan, Meng Gongwei, and Su Yuanji. Those men all seek the fine details of learning, but only Kong Ming can see the larger structure within it. He often clasps his knees and chants, comparing himself to Guanzhong and Yu Yi." Guan Yu heard this and asked in doubt. Guanzhong and Yu Yi were already great figures of the spring and autumn and warring states periods. Is it not too much for Kong Ming to compare himself with them? Sima Hui smiled and said, "In my view, he should not only be compared with Guanzhong and Yu Yi, he can be compared even with Zhang Zia, who helped establish the Zhou dynasty for 800 years, and Zhang Liang, who helped establish the Han dynasty for 400 years. Everyone was astonished after hearing this. Sima Hui rose to leave, and Liu Bei could not keep him. As Sima Hui walked out, he looked up at the sky and laughed loudly. Though Wulong has found his lord, he has not found the right time. What a pity. After saying this, he drifted away. Liu Bei sighed. He is truly a worthy man living in seclusion. The next day, Liu Bei took Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and several attendants to Longzhong. On the road, they saw several farmers carrying hoes and working the fields, while singing a song composed by Master Wulong. Liu Bei quickly asked where Wulong lived. The farmers pointed toward Wulong Ridge and said, "In the woods before the ridge, there is a thatched cottage. That is where Master Zhuge lives." Liu Bei thanked them and hurried there. When he arrived before the residence, he personally dismounted and knocked on the door. He said to the boy servant, "Liu Bei, Left General of Han, Marquis of Yicheng, Governor of Yuzhou, and Imperial Uncle, has come especially to visit your master." The boy said, "I cannot remember so many titles." Liu Bei smiled and said, "Then just say Liu Bei has come to visit." But the boy said, "My master went out early this morning. His destination is uncertain, and no one knows when he will return. It may be 3 or 5 days, or it may be 10 days or more." Liu Bei was filled with disappointment. Zhang Fei said impatiently, "Since he is not here, let us go back." Guan Yu also advised that they return first and send someone later to ask about him. Liu Bei could only tell the boy, "If your master returns, please tell him that Liu Bei once came to visit." Then he mounted his horse and left. After traveling several li, Liu Bei still kept looking back at the mountains and waters of Longzhong. Suddenly, he saw a man coming down the mountain path, wearing a carefree scholar's cap, dressed in a dark cloth robe, holding a staff of cane, with a refined and graceful bearing. Liu Bei thought this was Wulong, so he hurriedly dismounted and bowed. The man laughed and said, "I am not Kong Ming. I am only his friend, Kui Zhouping of Bowling." Liu Bei invited him to sit on a rock in the forest and asked him about the state of the world. Kui Zhouping said, "Times of chaos and times of order always follow one another in cycles. When Qin fell and Han rose, the world went from chaos into order. When Wang Mang usurped Han, it went from order back into chaos. When Emperor Guangwu restored Han, it again went from chaos into order. Now the Han imperial house has grown weak, and the world is moving from order into chaos. This cannot be settled in a short time. General, if you wish to invite Kong Ming to reverse heaven and earth, I fear it would be exhausting yourself against the will of heaven." Liu Bei answered, "I am a kinsman of the Han imperial house. Seeing the world in danger, how can I simply push all responsibility onto fate?" Kui Zhouping smiled and said, "I am only a man of the mountains and fields," speaking casually. Liu Bei invited him to visit Xinye, but he declined and left. Zhang Fei complained, "We did not meet Kong Ming, but instead had to listen to a pile of idle talk." Liu Bei said, "This too is the true insight of a recluse." A few days later, a scout reported, Master Wulong has returned. Liu Bei immediately prepared his horse to visit again. Zhang Fei advised him, he is only a village scholar. Why must elder brother go in person? Just send someone to call him here. Liu Bei said seriously, to seek a worthy man without courtesy is like wanting someone to enter your door while keeping the door shut. Kong Ming is a great talent of this age. How can he be casually summoned?
So the three brothers went to Longzhong again. That day was deep winter. The north wind howled and heavy snow flew through the air. Zhang Fei said again, in weather this freezing, with no battle to fight, why suffer all this for someone who may be useless? Liu Bei said, I am doing this precisely so Kong Ming can see my sincerity. If you are afraid of the cold, you may return first. Zhang Fei said, I am not afraid of death. How could I fear the cold? I only fear elder brother is wasting his effort. Liu Bei ignored him and continued onward. As they neared Wulong Ridge, they heard someone singing loudly in a small roadside tavern. Liu Bei thought Wulong might be there, so he went in to ask. Only then did he learn that the two men were Kong Ming's friends, Shi Guangyuan and Meng Gongwei. They said they were only idle men of the mountains and fields and did not dare speak of governing the state or bringing peace to the people. They only urged Liu Bei to continue on to Wulong's cottage. Liu Bei braved the snow and arrived at the thatched cottage. The boy servant said the master was reading in the hall. Liu Bei was delighted. When he entered, he saw a couplet. Through simplicity, one makes one's purpose clear. Through stillness, one reaches far. Inside the room, a young man sat beside the stove, clasping his knees and chanting. Liu Bei thought he had finally met Kong Ming, so he bowed solemnly and said that he had long admired Wulong's great name, had heard Su Shu's recommendation, and had come through the snow to visit him. But the young man quickly returned the greeting and said, General, are you here to see my elder brother? Liu Bei was startled. Only then did he learn that this man was Zhu Zhiliang's younger brother, Zhu Zhizhen. Zhu Zhizhen said, My eldest brother Zhu Zhijin is with Sun Quan in Jiangdong. Kong Ming is my second brother. Yesterday he went traveling with Kui Zhuping. He may be boating on rivers and lakes or visiting friends at a mountain temple. His whereabouts are uncertain. Liu Bei sighed, My fate is thin. I have come twice, yet still have no chance to meet the great worthy man. Zhang Fei urged him to go back, but Liu Bei said, Since we have already come, I must at least leave my sincerity behind. Liu Bei borrowed brush and paper and wrote a visiting note. In it, he explained that he had long admired Kong Ming's great name, had come twice without meeting him, and felt deeply disappointed. He also wrote that he was a descendant of the Han imperial house, and seeing the Han decline, the rules of state collapse, and treacherous ministers control the court, he wished to save the age and help the people, but had no good plan. He sincerely asked Kong Ming to display the talents of Zhang Shang and Zhang Lian, save the people of the world, and support the Han state. After finishing the letter, he entrusted it to Zhu Zhizhen, repeatedly asking him to pass it on. Only then did he take his leave. Just as he left the cottage gate, the boy servant suddenly shouted, The old gentleman has returned. Liu Bei looked up and saw a man west of the small bridge, riding a donkey through the snow. He wore a warm cap and a fox fur coat, and a young servant behind him carried a wine gourd. The man was chanting lines from Liang Fu Yin. Liu Bei's spirit shook as he listened. He quickly rolled down from his saddle and bowed, saying, Sir, you have traveled through the cold with great hardship. Liu Bei has been waiting here for a long time. But Zhu Zhen called from behind, That is not my brother Wulong. That is my brother's father-in-law, Huang Chenyan. Only then did Liu Bei realize he had mistaken the man again. Huang Chenyan laughed and said, A few days ago, I read Liang Fu Yin at my son-in-law's home. Today, seeing plum blossoms in the snow, I was moved and recited it for a moment. Liu Bei asked whether he had seen Kong Ming. Huang Chenyan said he had also come to visit his son-in-law. Liu Bei could only take his leave. By then, the wind and snow had grown even stronger. He looked back at Wulong Ridge, wrapped in silver snow, and felt even more disappointed. After returning to Xinyai, the new spring soon arrived. Liu Bei asked someone to choose an auspicious day by divination. He fasted for 3 days, bathed, burned incense, and prepared to personally go to Wulong Ridge for the third time. When Guan Yu and Zhang Fei heard this, both were unhappy and came in together to advise him. But this time, Liu Bei's mind was already made up. The first 2 visits, with all their wind, snow, hard travel, and empty returns, had not made him retreat. Instead, they made him even more certain. If there truly was a great talent who could bring peace to the world, then he must invite that man with the greatest sincerity.
It is said that Liu Bei had gone to Longzhong twice to visit Kong Ming, but had not been able to meet him. Now he was preparing to go for the third time. Guan Yu advised him, "Elder brother, you have already gone there twice in person. That is already a very great show of respect. If Zhu Zhiliang truly has ability, why would he keep refusing to meet you?" Liu Bei replied, "In the past, Duke Huan of Qi went back and forth 5 times to seek Dongguo Xiansheng, and today I am seeking a great talent who can bring peace to the state and stability to the realm." Zhang Fei said impatiently, "He is only a country scholar. Why must elder brother lower yourself so much? If he still refuses to come out, I will tie him up with a rope and bring him here." Liu Bei scolded him, "King Wen of Zhou could still treat Zhang Taigong with courtesy. How can you be so rude? If you come with us, you must behave properly." Zhang Fei had no choice but to agree. The 3 of them arrived at Longzhong. When they were still half a li away from the thatched cottage, Liu Bei dismounted and walked on foot. On the road, they met Zhu Zhen. Liu Bei quickly asked, "Is your elder brother at home today?" Zhu Zhen replied, "He came back last night. General, you will be able to see him today." Liu Bei was overjoyed and came to the cottage gate to knock. The boy servant came out and said, "Master is taking a midday nap." Liu Bei said, "Do not wake him." He then told Guan Yu and Zhang Fei to wait outside, while he entered the thatched hall alone and stood respectfully below the steps. Kong Ming lay on the couch, sleeping on his back, and did not wake for a long time. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei grew impatient from waiting. They came in and saw that Liu Bei was still standing there respectfully. Zhang Fei flew into a rage. "This gentleman is far too arrogant. Watch me go behind the house and set a fire. Let us see whether he gets up or not." Guan Yu hurriedly stopped him. Liu Bei also told them to withdraw outside and not disturb him. After another hour, Kong Ming finally woke. He chanted, "Who first awakens from the great dream? In this life, I know myself." After a full spring sleep in the thatched hall, the sun outside the window moved slowly. After chanting, he asked the boy servant, "Has any guest come?" The boy said, "Imperial Uncle Liu has been waiting below the steps for a long time." Only then did Kong Ming rise and say, "Why did you not tell me earlier?" He then went inside to change his clothes, arranged his robe and cap, and came out to meet him. When Liu Bei saw Kong Ming, he was 8 chi tall, with a face like polished jade. He wore a silk headscarf and a crane feather cloak, and his bearing seemed light and otherworldly. Liu Bei quickly bowed and said, "Liu Bei has long heard of your great name. The last 2 times I came to visit, I did not have the chance to meet you. I could only leave my visiting note. I wonder whether you saw it." Kong Ming replied, "I am only a farmer of Nanyang, lazy by nature. To have troubled you, General, to come here several times in person truly makes me ashamed." The 2 of them sat as host and guest. Kong Ming said, "I have read the letter you left behind, and I know that you worry for the state and the people, but I am young and shallow in ability. I fear I may delay great affairs." Liu Bei said, "Sima Decao and Su Yuanji both praised you with all their strength. Their words cannot be empty. I hope you will not look down on my dullness and will grant me one strategy." At first, Kong Ming still declined, saying that he was only a man of the fields and did not dare speak of the affairs of the world. Liu Bei said sincerely, "Sir, if you have the talent to bring peace to the state and save the age, how can you willingly grow old among forests and springs? Now the Han House is in decline, treacherous ministers manipulate power, and the people of the world suffer. Though I am weak in talent and strength, I am willing to uphold righteousness for the state. I only regret that I have no good strategy. If you are willing to guide me, it will be the fortune of all under heaven." Seeing the depth of his sincerity, Kong Ming told everyone nearby to withdraw. Then he began to analyze the state of the world for him. Since Dong Zhuo threw the realm into disorder, heroes have risen everywhere. At first, Cao Cao was weaker than Yuan Shao, yet he was able to defeat the strong with the weak. This was not only because of timing, but also because of strategy. Now Cao Cao commands 1,000,000 troops and holds the emperor to command the lords. You cannot confront him directly. Son General, you must take the advantage of human support. First, establish yourself in Jingzhou, then take Western Sichuan as your foundation. Form a 3-part division of the realm. Only then can you plan for the Central Plains in the future. After Liu Bei heard this, it was like seeing the sun after clouds had been cleared away. He rose and bowed in thanks, but still said with worry, "Liu Biao and Liu Zhang are both kinsmen of the Han imperial house. How can I bear to seize their foundations?" Kong Ming answered, "Liu Biao will not live long, and Liu Zhang is not a man who can accomplish great things. In the future, these lands will naturally come to you." Liu Bei bowed again and begged Kongming to come out and assist him. Kongming still declined. "I am used to farming and reading. I am not familiar with worldly affairs. I fear I may not be equal to the task." Liu Bei said with tears in his eyes, "If you refuse to come out, what will happen to the people under heaven?" Seeing Liu Bei's tears wetting his robe, Kongming finally agreed. "Since you value me so deeply, General, I am willing to offer you my humble service." The next day, Zhu Gerdren returned. Kongming instructed him, "I have received the grace of Imperial Uncle Liu's 3 visits. I cannot refuse to go out. You must farm here and not let the fields go to waste. When my work is complete, I will naturally return to live in seclusion." Then Kongming followed Liu Bei and the other 2 back to Xinye. Liu Bei treated Kongming like a teacher. They ate at the same table, slept on the same couch, and spent whole days discussing the affairs of the world. Kongming reminded him, "Cao Cao is training a navy in Zhuanwu Pool in Jeizhou. He must have the intention of invading the south. You should secretly send men across the river to investigate the real situation in Jiangdong." Liu Bei followed his advice.
Now let us speak of Sun Quan in Jiangdong. After Sun Si died, Sun Quan inherited the foundation. He widely recruited worthy men and established guest houses to receive guests from every region. Scholars such as Kan Zhe, Yan Jin, Zhu Zong, Cheng Bing, Zhu Huan, Lu Ji, Zhang Wen, Luo Tong, and Wu Can came to serve him one after another. Military talents such as Lu Meng, Lu Xun, Su Sheng, Pan Zheng, and Ding Feng were also employed by Sun Quan. From then on, Jiangdong's pool of talent gradually grew stronger. Earlier, after Cao Cao defeated Yuan Shao, he had sent an envoy demanding that Sun Quan send his son to court as a hostage. Sun Quan hesitated and summoned Zhou Yu and Zhang Zhao to discuss it. Zhang Zhao feared that refusing would anger Cao Cao, but Zhou Yu said, "Jiangdong has strong soldiers and enough grain. How can we send a son as hostage just because of a moment of pressure? Once we send him, we will be controlled by Cao Cao." Lady Wu also agreed with Zhou Yu, so Sun Quan refused Cao Cao. From then on, Cao Cao had even stronger thoughts of marching south, but because the north had not yet been settled, he could not move his troops for the time being. In the 8th year of Jianan, Sun Quan attacked Huangzhou. Ling Cao died in battle at Shako, and 15-year-old Ling Tong risked his life to recover his father's body. Later, Sun Quan's younger brother Sun Yi served as administrator of Danyang. He was fierce by nature and often flogged his subordinates after drinking. Guilan and Dai Yuan conspired with Sun Yi's trusted man Bian Hong and had Sun Yi assassinated. Then they shifted the blame onto Bian Hong and had him beheaded in the marketplace. Guilan saw that Sun Yi's wife, Lady Su, was beautiful and forced her to remarry him. Lady Su pretended to agree, saying that she would wait until the end of the month, after offering sacrifices to her dead husband and removing her mourning clothes before marrying him. Guilan believed her. Lady Su secretly summoned Sun Yi's former subordinates Sun Gao and Fu Ying. Weeping, she said, "Guilan and Dai Yuan killed my husband, then pushed the crime onto Bian Hong. Now they are forcing me to remarry. I pretended to agree only to steady them. If you remember your former lord's kindness, then avenge my husband." Sun Gao and Fu Ying agreed and sent someone quickly to report to Sun Quan. At the end of the month, after Lady Su held the memorial sacrifice, she removed her mourning clothes, dressed herself beautifully, prepared a banquet, and invited Guilan into the residence. After Guilan was drunk and entered the inner room, Lady Su shouted, "Where are General Sun and General Fu?" The 2 men rushed out from behind the curtains and killed Guilan on the spot. Then they lured Dai Yuan into the residence and killed him as well. Lady Su put her mourning clothes back on and offered the heads of the 2 traitors before Sun Yi's spirit tablet. After Sun Quan arrived in Danyang, he appointed Sun Gao and Fu Ying as Yamen generals, took Lady Su back home to support her, and the people of Jiangdong all praised Lady Su for her integrity and righteousness. Later, Lady Wu became seriously ill. She summoned Zhou Yu, Zhang Zhao, and Sun Quan to her bedside. She instructed Sun Quan, "You must respect Zibu and Gong Jin as you would respect teachers. Do not neglect them." She also entrusted the foundation of Jiangdong to the ministers and then passed away. Sun Quan mourned deeply and handled the funeral. In the spring of the following year, Sun Quan planned to campaign against Huangzhou again. Zhang Zhao believed that the mourning period for his mother was not yet complete, so it was not proper to move troops. But Zhou Yu said, "Revenge for hatred must not be delayed too long." At this time, Lu Meng reported, "Huangzhou's officer Gan Ning has come to surrender." Sun Quan summoned Gan Ning. Gan Ning, courtesy named Xingba, had once roamed the rivers, and people called him the brocade sail pirate. Later, he corrected his ways. He had once joined Liu Biao and was later kept by Huangzhou at Xiakou. Although Huangzhou had preserved Xiakou because of Gan Ning's strength, He always looked down on him. Gan Ning was unwilling to remain buried and finally defected to Eastern Wu. Sun Quan was delighted when he saw him and said, "Now that I have Xing Ba, Wang Zu is no longer a worry." He then asked him for a strategy to defeat the enemy. Gan Ning said, "Liu Biao has no long-term vision, and his sons are foolish and weak. Jingzhou will sooner or later be taken by someone else. My lord should first attack Wang Zu. Wang Zu is old and incompetent. He only knows how to pile up wealth. The people resent him, and his army has no discipline. If my lord personally attacks him, you will surely defeat him. Then you can follow up the victory by moving west, taking Shu Pass, and planning for Ba and Shu. Then your great enterprise may be expected." Sun Quan praised this plan and appointed Zhou Yu as Grand Commander, in charge of both land and naval forces, Lu Meng as vanguard, Dong Shi and Gan Ning as deputy commanders, and he personally led 100,000 troops to attack Wang Zu. When Huang Zu received the report, he sent Su Fei as chief commander, with Chen Ju and Deng Long as vanguard, to block the Eastern Wu army at the mouth of the Mian River. They used thick ropes to fasten their warships in place, and set strong bows and heavy crossbows on the boats. Arrows fell like rain, and the Eastern Wu army could not approach for a time. Gan Ning said to Dong Shi, "Since things have come to this point, we must risk everything." So they chose more than 100 small boats, each carrying 50 elite soldiers, and charged toward the enemy ships through arrows and stones. They cut the thick ropes that held the warships in place. The enemy ships immediately fell into disorder. Gan Ning leapt onto an enemy ship and killed Deng Long. Lu Meng then charged into the ship formation, set fire to the vessels, and caught up with the fleeing Chen Ju, cutting him down with one stroke. Su Fei came to assist, but ran into Pan Zhang, who captured him alive and brought him before Sun Quan. Sun Quan had Su Fei locked in a prison cart, planning to deal with him together after Huang Zu was captured, and ordered the whole army to attack Xiakou fiercely day and night. It is said that Sun Quan personally commanded the army and fiercely attacked Xiakou. Huang Zu's troops collapsed completely. Seeing that Jiangxia could no longer be defended, Huang Zu had no choice but to abandon the city and flee toward Jingzhou. Gan Ning had already predicted that Huang Zu would break out through the eastern gate, so he set an ambush there in advance. Huang Zu had just rushed out of the eastern gate with only a few dozen riders when Gan Ning blocked his way. Huang Zu shouted from his horse, "In the past, I did not treat you badly. Why are you pressing me so hard?" Gan Ning answered sharply, "When I was in Jiangxia, I made many achievements, but you always treated me like a river bandit. How can you still have the face to say you did not treat me badly?" Huang Zu knew he could not escape, so he turned his horse and tried to flee. Gan Ning saw Chang Pu also arriving with troops and worried that the credit would be taken from him, so he turned and shot an arrow into Huang Zu's back, knocking him from his horse. Then he cut off Huang Zu's head and brought it back to present to Sun Quan. Sun Quan ordered Huang Zu's head to be placed in a wooden box, preparing to take it back to Jiangdong and offer it in sacrifice to his father, Sang Zhiyan. He also richly rewarded the army and appointed Gan Ning as a commandant. The officers discussed whether they should divide the troops and defend Jiangxia. Zhang Zhao believed that Jiangxia was an isolated city and would be hard to hold, so it would be better to return to Jiangdong first and wait from a position of strength. Sun Quan accepted this advice, abandoned Jiangxia, and led the army back to Wu. Su Fei was imprisoned in a cart and secretly asked someone to beg Gan Ning for help. After they returned to Wu Commandery, Sun Quan prepared to execute Su Fei and sacrifice him together with Huang Zu's head. Gan Ning entered the palace, knelt down, and pleaded in tears. "If Su Fei had not helped me back then, I would have died in the wilderness long ago. Now he is guilty and deserves death, but remembering his old kindness, I am willing to give up my office to redeem his life," Sun Quan said. "Since he showed you kindness, I will spare him for your sake." So he offered only Huang Zu's head in sacrifice. At the victory banquet, someone suddenly burst into loud sobs and drew his sword to stab Gan Ning. Gan Ning hurriedly used a chair to block him. Sun Quan looked and saw that it was Ling Tong. Years earlier, when Gan Niming had served under Huang Zu, he had shot and killed Ling Tong's father, Ling Kao. Now that Ling Tong saw his enemy before him, he could not contain his grief and anger. Sun Quan advised him, "At that time, each of you served a different lord. Xinba had no choice but to do his duty. Now that you both serve Jiangdong, you cannot keep holding on to old hatred." Ling Tong knelt and wept. "The hatred for my father's death cannot exist under the same sky.
How can I not avenge him? Song Quan had no choice but to send Gan Ning with 5,000 troops and 100 warships to guard Xiakou, keeping him away from Ling Tong. He also promoted Ling Tong to commandant who inherits valor. After this, Eastern Wu built many warships and stationed troops along the riverbanks. Song Quan stayed at Chaisang while Zhou Yu trained the navy at Poyang Lake. Jiang Dong's military strength gradually grew. On the other side, Liu Bei sent men to gather news from Jiang Dong. When he learned that Song Quan had killed Huang Zu and stationed his army at Chaisang, he asked Kong Ming to discuss the matter. While they were speaking, Liu Biao sent someone to invite Liu Bei to Jingzhou for a meeting. Kong Ming said, "This must be because Huang Zu has been killed, and Liu Biao wants you to discuss revenge. I am willing to go with you and respond according to the situation." Liu Bei left Guan Yu to guard Xinye, ordered Zhang Fei to take 500 men with him, and went with Kong Ming to Jingzhou. On the road, Liu Bei asked Kong Ming how he should respond. Kong Ming said, "If Liu Biao wants you to send troops against Eastern Wu, you must not agree. Just say that you must first return to Xinye and reorganize your troops." When they arrived in Jingzhou, Liu Bei first apologized to Liu Biao. Liu Biao said, "Worthy brother, I have already heard that Kai Mao tried to harm you. I originally wanted to execute Kai Mao to apologize to you, but because everyone advised against it, I spared him for the moment." Liu Bei replied, "There is no need to pursue that matter." Liu Biao then spoke of the fall of Zhang Sha and Huang Zu's death, saying that he wanted to discuss revenge with Liu Bei. Liu Bei said, "Huang Zu was impatient and did not know how to use people, and that is why this happened. If we now campaign south against Eastern Wu, what should we do if Cao Cao takes advantage of the opening and attacks from the north?" Liu Biao sighed. "I am old and ill, and I can no longer take care of the larger situation. If worthy brother is willing to help me, after I die, Jingzhou will be entrusted to you." Liu Bei quickly declined. "Brother, why would you say such a thing? How could I dare accept such a heavy responsibility?" Kong Ming signaled to him with his eyes from the side, but Liu Bei only said, "Allow me to think this over slowly." Then he took his leave and returned to the guest house. Kong Ming asked, "Liu Bei intends to entrust Jingzhou to you. Why did you refuse?" Liu Bei replied, "Liu Bei has treated me with kindness. How could I bear to take advantage of him in his danger?" Kong Ming sighed. "You truly are a lord of benevolence and righteousness." Before long, Liu Biao's eldest son, Liu Qi, came to see Liu Bei and tearfully said that his stepmother, Lady Kai, could not tolerate him and that his life was in danger. Liu Bei could not openly interfere in family affairs, so he secretly told Liu Qi to find a way to ask Kong Ming for advice the next day. The next day, Liu Bei claimed that his stomach hurt and asked Kong Ming to return Liu Qi's visit in his place. Liu Qi asked Kong Ming for advice several times, but Kong Ming kept refusing to speak. Liu Qi then invited Kong Ming up to a small tower and secretly had the letter removed. He knelt down and cried, "Now we cannot reach the heavens above or the earth below. Your words will enter only my ears and will not be leaked. If you still refuse to save me, I will die before you." Only then did Kong Ming say, "Fancheng stayed in his own state and died, while Chang'er lived safely because he went into exile. Now that Huang Zu is dead, Zhangsha has no one to guard it. Why do you not request to go out and guard Zhangsha, staying far from trouble?" Liu Qi was overjoyed and thanked him again and again. The next day, Liu Qi submitted a request to guard Jiangxia. Liu Biao hesitated and asked Liu Bei. Liu Bei said Jiangxia is an important place, and it should indeed be personally guarded by the young lord. Let the affairs of the southeast be handled by you and your son, while I am willing to help with the affairs of the northwest. Liu Biao then ordered Liu Qi to lead 3,000 troops to guard Jiangxia. Liu Bei immediately took his leave and returned to Xinye. Now let us speak of Cao Cao. He held the post of chancellor alone and appointed Mao Ji, Kui Yan, Sima Yi, and others as his staff officers. His civil administration gradually became complete. After that, he gathered his generals to discuss a southern campaign. Xiahou advised, "Liu Bei is training troops at Xinye. Sooner or later, he will become a problem. He should be eliminated first." Cao Cao then appointed Xiahou as commander, with Yu Jin, Li Dan, Xiahou Lan, and Han Hao as deputy generals, and gave him 100,000 troops to advance directly toward Bowan and probe Xinye. Sun Yu advised, "Liu Bei is a hero, and now he has Zhu Zhiliang assisting him. He must not be underestimated. Su Shu also said Zhu Jiang, courtesy named Kong Ming, also known as Sleeping Dragon, has the talent to order heaven and earth. You must not look down on him. Cao Cao asked, how does he compare with you? Su Shu answered, I am only the light of a firefly, while he is like the bright moon. Xiahou Dun, however, did not take this seriously. Zhu Jiang is nothing but grass and weeds. If I cannot capture Liu Bei alive and seize Kongming, I am willing to offer up my own head. Cao Cao then ordered him to march. After Liu Bei obtained Kongming, he treated him like a teacher. But Guan Yu and Zhang Fei were somewhat unconvinced. They felt that Kongming was still young and might not truly have great ability. Liu Bei said, now that I have Kongming, I am like a fish that has found water. You need not say more. Later, scouts reported that Cao Cao had sent Xiahou Dun with 100,000 troops straight towards Xinye. Liu Bei asked Kongming to decide on a plan. Kongming said, Guan Yu and Zhang Fei may not be willing to obey my orders. If you want me to command the army, please lend me your sword and seal. Liu Bei immediately handed over the sword and seal. Kongming summoned the generals and ordered, to the left of Bowang is Yu Mountain, and to the right is Enlin. We can set ambushes there. Guan Yu will take 1,000 men and hide at Yu Mountain. When fire rises in the south, attack the baggage and grain supplies. Zhang Fei will take 1,000 men and hide behind the valley at Enlin. When he also sees fire rise, he must burn the stored grain at Bowang. Guan Ping and Liu Feng will take 500 men and hide behind Bowang Slope, setting fires at the first watch of night. Zhao Yun will serve as the vanguard. He may only pretend to lose and draw the enemy deep inside. My lord will stay behind to support him. Guan Yu asked, if we all go out to face the enemy, what will the military advisor do? Kongming replied, I will sit and command from the county city. Zhang Fei mocked him. We go out to fight, while you sit comfortably in the city. Kongming said sternly, the sword and seal are here. Whoever disobeys orders will be executed. Liu Bei urged the two of them to obey military command. Though Guan Yu and Zhang Fei still had doubts, they had no choice but to accept the orders. Kongming also told Sun Qian and Zhan Yang to prepare a victory banquet and wait for the generals to return in triumph. Xiahou Dun led his army to Bowang. Seeing that Liu Bei's troops were few, he laughed loudly. So Shu praised Zhu Jiang as if he were a divine being. Now it seems he is nothing special. Zhao Yun rode out to challenge him. After several exchanges, he pretended to lose and fled. Han Hao advised, Zhao Yun is drawing us in. There may be an ambush ahead. Xiahou Dun refused to listen. The enemy is so weak. Even if there are 10 layers of ambushes, why should I fear them? So he chased all the way forward. Zhao Yun turned back to fight again, then pretended to lose once more, drawing the Cao army deeper into Bowang Slope. Liu Bei then led troops out as well and also pretended to retreat. Xiahou Dun became even more contemptuous of the enemy and swore that he would take Xinye that very night. As evening fell, dark clouds covered the moon, and the autumn wind blew fiercely. The Cao army chased into a narrow place, where reeds grew thick on both sides. Lei Dian said to Yu Jin, this place is most vulnerable to fire attack. Yu Jin quickly went to warn Xiahou Dun. Xiahou Dun was just about to halt the army when suddenly shouting rose behind them. Flames shot into the sky, and the reeds on both sides burst into fire at once. The wind drove the flames forward, and the Cao army fell into chaos. Men and horses trampled one another, and countless soldiers were killed or wounded. Zhao Yun turned back and charged into the flames. Xiahou Dun broke out through the smoke. Lei Dian fled toward Bowang, only to run into Guan Yu blocking the way. Seeing that the grain supplies had been burned, Yu Jin could only retreat along a small road. When Xiahou Lan and Han Hao tried to save the grain, they ran into Zhang Fei. Xiahou Lan was stabbed to death by Zhang Fei with one thrust of his spear, while Han Hao barely escaped with his life. Only at daybreak did Liu Bei's army withdraw. In this battle, Cao army corpses covered the ground, and all their baggage and grain were lost. Xiahou Dun gathered the remaining troops and fled back to Suchang. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei saw that Kongming's plan had truly come true, and they finally accepted him with sincere respect. They sighed, Kongming is truly an outstanding talent. On the way back, they saw Kongming sitting calmly in his carriage and immediately dismounted to bow before him. Liu Bei, Zhao Yun, Liu Feng, Guan Ping, and the others arrived afterward. The army collected the grain, weapons, and supplies, then returned in triumph to Xinye. The common people lined the roads to welcome them, all saying, Our Lord has gained the help of a worthy man, and that is why we have today's great victory. After Kongming returned to the county city, he said to Liu Bei, Although Xiahou Dun has been defeated, Cao Cao will surely come in person with a great army. Liu Bei worriedly asked, If that is truly the case, what should we do? Kongming replied, I already have a plan that can resist the Kou army.
It is said that Liu Bei asked Kongming how they should resist the Kou army. Kongming said, Xinye is a small place and cannot be defended for long. Now Liu Jingsheng is seriously ill, and Jingzhou is exactly the place where we can establish ourselves. If we can take it at this moment, we will have the foundation needed to resist Cao Cao. But Liu Bei said, I have received great kindness from Liu Jingsheng. How could I take advantage of his grave illness and seize his territory? I would rather die than do anything so disloyal. Seeing that Liu Bei was determined, Kongming had no choice but to stop persuading him for the time being. Now let us speak of Xiahou Dun. After his defeat, he returned to Sucheng and tied himself up to ask for punishment. Cao Cao untied him and asked, You have led troops since you were young. How could you not know that narrow places are most vulnerable to fire attack? Xiahou Dun said in shame, Li Dian and Yu Jin both warned me, but I did not listen. That is why I fell into Zhu Zhiliang's plan. Cao Cao then rewarded Li Dian and Yu Jin. Xiahou Dun added, Now that Liu Bei has gained Zhu Zhiliang, he has become a serious threat. He must not be left alone. Cao Cao said, The ones I worry about are exactly Liu Bei and Sun Quan. Now is the time to sweep through the south. He then gathered 500,000 troops, divided them into 5 armies for the southern campaign, and sent Su Chu with 3,000 men as the vanguard. Kong Rong, the Grand Master of Remonstrance, advised him, Liu Bei and Liu Biao are both members of the Han imperial clan, and Sun Quan holds the natural defenses of Zhangdong. If you launch this unjust campaign, I fear you will lose the hearts of the people. Cao Cao was furious and said, Liu Bei, Liu Biao, and Sun Quan are all rebels who defy imperial command. How can they not be punished? He immediately drove Kong Rong out and ordered that anyone else who tried to advise against the campaign would be executed. After leaving the residence, Kong Rong sighed, How can an army without benevolence defeat men of benevolence and righteousness? These words were reported to Cao Cao.
Xi Lu then took the chance to accuse Kong Rong of disrespecting Cao Cao and colluding with Mi Heng. Cao Cao was enraged and ordered Kong Rong's whole family arrested and executed. Before death, Kong Rong's 2 young sons said, How can any egg remain whole under an overturned nest? In the end, they were also killed. Ji Shi, a famous scholar from Jingzhou, threw himself over the bodies and wept bitterly. Cao Cao wanted to kill him too, but Sun Yu advised, Ji Shi weeping for Kong Rong is an act of loyalty and righteousness. He should not be killed. Only then did Cao Cao let the matter go. After this, Cao Cao ordered the 5 armies to march south one after another, leaving Sun Yu and others to guard Suchang. At this time, Liu Biao of Jingzhou was seriously ill and sent someone to ask Liu Bei to come so he could entrust affairs to him. Liu Bei brought Guan Yu and Zhang Fei to Jingzhou. Liu Biao said to him, My illness is beyond cure. I fear I do not have much time left. My son lacks ability and will find it hard to defend Jingzhou. After I die, I hope worthy brother will take charge of this land. Liu Bei bowed and wept. I only wish to do my best to assist your son. I would never dare have any improper desire. Just then, someone reported that Cao Cao's great army was moving south. Liu Bei had no choice but to take his leave and return to Xinye overnight. When Liu Biao heard that the Kou army was coming, he urgently wanted to write a will, asking Liu Bei to assist his eldest son Liu Qi in inheriting Jingzhou. When Lady Kai heard of this, she immediately sealed off the inner and outer gates, and ordered Kai Mao and Zhang Yun to guard them. Liu Qi came from Jiangxia to visit his sick father, but Kai Mao blocked him outside the gate. Kai Mao said, You have been ordered to guard Jiangxia. If you leave your post without permission, what happens if Eastern Wu attacks? Besides, if you see the Lord and worsen his illness, would that not be unfilial? Liu Qi wept outside the gate and had no choice but to return to Jiangxia.
Liu Biao kept hoping Liu Qi would come, but in the end, he never saw him. On the Wushan day of the 8th month, he died of illness. As soon as Liu Biao died, Lady Kai, Kai Mao, and Zhang Yun forged a will and made the 14-year-old Liu Kong the Lord of Jingzhou. Only after that did they announce the mourning. Though Liu Kong was young, he understood that the situation was dangerous. He said, My father has just died. My elder brother is in Jiangxia, and my uncle Liu Bei is in Xinye. You have made me lord, but if they raise troops to question us, how should we respond? The advisor Li Gi said, We should immediately notify Jiangxia and invite the eldest son back to inherit Jingzhou. Then we should ask Liu Bei to assist in government, resist Cao Cao in the north, and defend against Sun Quan in the south. That is the proper course. Kai Mao was furious. Li Gi cursed him in public. You people have colluded inside and outside, forged the late lord's command, set aside the elder son, and installed the younger one. Are you trying to hand Jing Shang into the hands of the Kai family?
Cai Mao ordered him dragged out and executed. Even at the moment of death, Li Gi continued to curse without stopping. After Cai Mao installed Liu Kang, the Cai clan took control of Jingzhou's military power. He also had Lady Cai bring Liu Kang to Xiangyang to guard against Liu Qi and Liu Bei. They did not even inform Zhang Sha or Xinye of Liu Biao's death. As soon as Liu Kang arrived in Xiangyang, he learned that Sa Sa's army was pressing in, so he quickly summoned Kuai Yu, Cai Mao, and the others to discuss the matter. Fu Zun advised, "Now Sa Sa is marching south, while the eldest son and Liu Bei have not yet been told of the mourning. We are trapped both inside and outside. It would be better to offer the 9 commanderies of Jingxiang to Sa Sao. He will surely treat my lord generously." Liu Kang refused. "I have just inherited my father's foundation. How can I simply hand it over?" Kuai Yu also advised him, "Sa Sa is campaigning south in the name of the Son of Heaven.
His troops are powerful. My lord has just taken power, with trouble inside and danger outside. The people of Jingxiang are already panicking at the sound of the Cao army. How can we resist?" At this moment, Wang Can also came in and advised him. Cao Cao captured Lu Bu at Xiapi, defeated Yuan Shao at Guandu, and struck down the Wuhuan at White Wolf Mountain. Most of the heroes under heaven have already been swept away by him. Now that his great army is at our borders, Jingzhou can hardly resist. Surrender is the only way to preserve ourselves. Liu Kang hesitated and said he would ask his mother. Lady Kai stepped out from behind the screen and said, "Since everyone agrees, why ask me again?" Liu Kang then wrote a surrender letter and secretly sent Song Zheng to the Cao camp and ordered Liu Kang to come out of the city to welcome him, promising that Liu Kang would still be allowed to rule Jingzhou. When Song Zheng returned and was about to cross the river, he ran into Guan Yongchang. Yongchang questioned him about Jingzhou. Song Zheng could not hide the truth, so he had to tell him that Liu Biao had died, Liu Kang had succeeded him, and Jingzhou had surrendered to Cao Cao. Guan Yu was shocked and brought Song Zheng back to Xinye to see Liu Bei. After Liu Bei heard everything, he wept bitterly. Zhang Fei said angrily, "First kill Song Zheng, then cross the river and seize Xiangyang. Kill the Cai clan and Liu Kang, then fight Cao Cao to the end." Liu Bei stopped him and said, "What use is there in killing him?" Then he dismissed Song Zheng. Before long, Liu Qi sent Yi Zi to report the mourning and asked Liu Bei to send troops to Xiangyang to punish the Cai clan. Liu Bei told Yi Zi, "Liu Kang has not only usurped the succession, he has already handed the 9 commanderies of Jingsang to Cao Cao." Yi Zi was shocked. After hearing about Song Zhong, he said, "If that is so, my lord can enter Xiangyang under the name of mourning, lure Liu Kang out to receive you, and seize him on the spot. Then Jingzhou will belong to you." Kong Ming also said that this plan was workable, but Liu Bei said in tears, "Liu Jingsheng entrusted his son to me before his death. If I seize his son's foundation, how could I face him after I die?" Kong Ming said, "Cao Cao's army has already reached Fancheng. If we do not do this, what will we use to resist him?" Liu Bei sighed. "It would be better to first withdraw to Fancheng." As they were speaking, a scout reported that the Cao army had reached Baowang. Kong Ming said, "Xinyi can no longer be defended. We should move to Fancheng. If the Cao army comes, I will let them suffer another fire attack." Then they posted a notice to the people. Anyone willing to follow Liu Bei and flee should leave with the army that same day for Fancheng. San Qian was responsible for arranging boats and helping the people cross the river, while Mi Zhu was responsible for escorting the family members. Kong Ming then deployed the troops. He ordered Guan Yu to take 1,000 men to the upper reaches of the Bai River, use cloth bags filled with sand and earth to block the water, and when they heard men shouting and horses neighing downstream after the third watch, immediately remove the bags, release the water, and attack downstream with the current. He then ordered Zhang Fei to take 1,000 men and lie in ambush at Bowling Ferry. When the Cao army was scattered by the flood and tried to escape through the shallow water, Zhang Fei was to strike them. He also ordered Zhao Yun to take 3,000 men and hide separately at the 4 gates of Xinye. They were to hide sulfur, gunpowder, and fire-starting materials in houses inside the city in advance, leaving only the eastern gate open for the Cao army to flee. Once the wind rose, the other 3 gates were to shoot fire arrows together. Kong Ming then ordered Mi Fang and Liu Feng to take 2,000 men to Kuiwei Slope, set up suspicious troops with blue and red flags, make the Cao army hesitate, and pursue the defeated soldiers once fire rose in the city. Cao Ren and Cao Hong led 100,000 troops as the vanguard, while Su Chu led 3,000 armored soldiers to open the way, heading straight for Xinye. When the army reached Kuiwei Slope, they saw blue and red flags arranged on both sides in the distance. Nephew Su suspected an ambush and did not dare advance. Cao Ren said, "These are only suspicious troops. They are nothing to fear." Su then led troops into the woods, but saw no one. At dusk, a horn sounded from the mountain. Zikui Chu looked up and saw Liu Bei and Kang Ming sitting under a canopy on the mountaintop, drinking wine together. Zikui Chu was furious and wanted to attack up the mountain, but rolling logs and stones blocked him, and he could not get close. By the time it was dark, Cao Ren arrived and decided to first occupy Xinye and rest there. When the Keiwa army reached Xinye, they saw all 4 gates wide open and the city completely empty. They rushed inside. Cao Ren and Cao Hong stayed in the government office, while the soldiers entered private houses to cook and rest. At the first watch of night, a fierce wind rose, and suddenly soldiers reported that fire had broken out. At first, Cao Ren thought it was only a cooking fire, but then the western gate, southern gate, and northern gate all caught fire one after another. In an instant, the whole city of Xinye was covered in flames. The Cao army was exhausted, packed tightly inside the city, and soon began trampling over one another. Countless men were killed or injured. When the generals heard that the eastern gate had not burned, they desperately fled toward it. Just as Cao Ren and the others escaped the sea of fire, Xiao Yun had already arrived behind them with troops. The Cao army had no will to fight and cared only about escaping. Halfway along the road, they were intercepted again and again by Mi Fang and Liu Feng. At the 4th watch, the Cao army fled in a miserable state to the Bai River. Seeing that the water was not deep, men and horses rushed into the river to drink. In an instant, human voices and horse cries filled the air, and everything fell into chaos. Guan Yu had been waiting upstream for a long time. Hearing the noise downstream, he immediately ordered his men to pull open the cloth bags. The waters of the Bai River came roaring down like a mountain flood, sweeping men and horses of the Cao army into the current. Countless soldiers were killed or wounded. Cao Ren led the remaining troops and hurried toward the shallows. After finally escaping to Bowling Ferry, they suddenly heard a roar of killing that shook the sky. An ambush was already blocking the road ahead. The leading general was Zhang Fei. He raised his spear and shouted, "Cao rebels, come give me your lives." When the Cao soldiers saw this, their souls nearly left their bodies. In this battle, from the flames of Xinye to the flood released from the Bai River to Zhang Fei blocking the road at Bowling Ferry, the Cao army collapsed all the way. Every step had been calculated clearly by Kang Ming. This was also the battle after Zhu Jiliang came out of seclusion that truly made Guan Yu and Zhang Fei submit to him with complete respect. But the problem was that although the vanguard led by Cao Ren and Cao Hong had been defeated, the real Cao Cao had not yet taken the field himself. Shenyi had already been burned into an empty city. Liu Bei had led the people toward Fancheng, while Jingzhou itself had already surrendered to Cao Cao. A great army was pressing in from the front, and the fleeing people were slowing them down from behind. Where could Liu Bei retreat now? And when Cao Cao learned that his 100,000 vanguard troops had once again been defeated by Zhuge Liang, how furious would he be? Next time, Cao Cao's great army marches south, and Liu Bei leads the people across the river. We will continue in the next episode.
Sky in light, Nua healed the broken heart. Fuxi traced the world's design. Every age leaves stories bright. Yaya dynasty shaped bronze. Shang dynasty cast oracle. Qin dynasty forged the great walls, Han dynasty opened Silk Road winds. 3 Kingdoms dynasty turned war to tales. Qin dynasty led ink and mountains bloom. Sui dynasty carved the Grand Canal. Learning's flame. Your dynasty swept the north Kingdoms dynasty turn war to tales. Qin dynasty led ink and mountains bloom. Sui dynasty carved the Grand Canal. Tang dynasty crowned the world with art. Song dynasty raised learn